So yes, guys, good morning to all of you once again. And yes, I'm sure you're now going to begin your extraordinary journey in aspect of your career growth. And would like to thank you for probably choosing me. Some of you are still in the demo session, I know. But once the session is completed, I don't leave any choice. The simplicity with which we learn the subject, we go into extreme depth wherever there is need. Start though we start from basic, will definitely mesmerize you to learn at least Azure through Deckensoft only. It can be me or any of my team member, but the content which specifically I have prepared is decently good. It's pretty good actually, which can become very useful to you in facing interviews, or it can be for certification exam, or most important, to perform your day-to-day activities in Azure. So for all these things, you will definitely find this content which we have been delivering it for quite some time now to be very useful. And it's not just me. Maybe some of your friends who have probably recommended you to this particular training should already vouch for it. Or probably you might have seen already certain videos on YouTube or so many other social media platforms, which probably has given a inspiration or motivation, I would say, for joining this particular session. So, what I would like to do in this particular session is take you through the entire journey of how we are planning to go through this particular Azure Suite course. So, looks like I haven't shared my screen. Let me start sharing. So, how this Azure Suite course is going to be, that's what we'll start with first. There's a lot of confusion. Some guys see some topics here and there and stuff like that. The at Deckensoft, we have got Azure Suite. This is something different than anyone finding at any other place. So it has multiple roles covered in this particular package. We can actually start with, let's say, AZ104. Then you have got AZ104, AZ204, AZ305, and AZ500. Now, these four different aspects. We can start with the topics of AZ104. Now, what is AZ104? It's about Azure administration. I'll just quickly write AZ204 is about Azure development. AZ205, 305 is about Azure architecting. And AZ500 is about Azure security. So one question which many of you have is, Sandeep, why should one know administration, development, architecting, and security? Definitely, you don't need to know all of them. But there is so much of overlapping between all of them that when you learn one, you skip the other one entirely. That may not happen. So if you're learning one topic, you're automatically learning the other topic also. So that is the reason we recommend that you go for something like Azure Suite. With all my experience, just to give you confidence, I'm saying this, it's more than 10 plus years I've been teaching Azure, more than 10 plus years now, right? And overall, I can say 27 plus years I've completed in the industry, overall experience, and it's like seen all the aspects of the industry in last almost 3 decades now. I've seen how the technology has changed or evolved. I would not even say changed. I would use the right word, evolved, and how I had to evolve accordingly so that I can still continue to teach what you're probably intending to learn even today after 27 years when I actually started teaching C++, and then it was VC++ for quite some time. Basically, Dickensoft started with we teaching C++ and VC++. That was way back in the year 1997 I'm talking about. And then it was Java, which Rahul started at Dickensoft. And then we moved on to ASP. We did a lot of small other courses, but majorly it was .NET in the year 2001 when I started programming. I started teaching programming in C Sharp, programming .NET applications. So major part of mine was, let us say, up to 2018 also I was teaching .NET live classes. Though I already started Azure before, but even up to 2018 there were a lot of .NET sessions which I was teaching, and I would probably be bold enough to say that you can find one of the best possible content on .NET on our website, all prepared by me with all the experience which I gained over years now. Basically know the trick on how to teach, how to do that knowledge transfer, how to do the transformation. When I'm talking to a student, how the student would probably be thinking. That experience is what helps me to create content which is very easy for anybody to understand. Not that we don't have content creators nowadays on internet. You'll find huge. And to be honest, my presentation is going to be very plain, vanilla, simple. No PowerPoint presentation, no fashion, no no this type of language, that type of language. It will be straight, simple language in which you are going to hear the entire content. So that is the selling point for Dickensoft, where we keep it simple and sweet. We kiss the subject. We keep it simple and sweet. So that's the advantage which we give to our participants. And same thing you are going to get over here. So yes, be assured you will you are already in the safe hands if you have enrolled for the course. The safest possible hands, I would say. And by any chance, if you are planning to enroll, you will definitely fall into the safest hands, at least in terms of your career growth. You will see the difference yourself in very few days. Actually, days will be too short, a couple of months that you are at a different level altogether. And I'm talking experience. I'm not talking something which is just to convince you. No, it's experience. You would probably hear from a lot of your Dickensoft alumni that what we offer is one of the best content. So all that story, I think I should not talk. When sometimes we have to talk good about ourselves also, so that you start hearing us more. But yes, major thing, what is that you're going to get as a part of this training? That is more important. Why is actually Azure Suite made as a bundle with so many things together? What probably made me think like this? I want to actually share that aspect with you so that you are convinced that this is the right way of teaching, or probably the best way of learning. Azure administration. See, these are all rules. When you go into the industry, and if you say that you are doing one of the cloud computing jobs, these are supposed to be one of the most promising roles in demand in the industry today. Yeah, nowadays we also see a lot of Azure AI engineering, AI developers, Copilot developers. That is also one line altogether, which I'm not going to touch in this particular session at least. But yes, we do have offering on those lines also. You'll see that classes are starting for those kind of courses also very soon. But this is the core. Of course, before all this comes, the foundation is at 900, which is my Azure fundamentals. I would not be surprised to know that at least 50% of the class here, probably more than 50% of the class here, would have already watched my Azure fundamental course on YouTube, and that is one of the reason you are over here. Yes, in case you have not gone to this content before, let me share the link. You can just go to YouTube and type AZ900. This one, all are mine. This one. This is the topic this is a video which I would suggest everyone to watch. If you have joined this course, well and good. If you have not joined, you don't want to join at this point of time, I would still recommend you to go through this particular entire video. Entire video. Rather, if you want to learn Azure, you don't want to learn Azure, you want to at least understand what is cloud computing, you want to share this knowledge of cloud computing with others, I can say this can be one of the best things you can share with anyone. So, in your office, in your organization, don't hesitate to share this link. There are n number of people who have benefited out of it. This is rather the third or fourth version which I am doing it. Before this, I have done a lot of other versions also. With time, I kept on improving it. So 131K subscribers, that is for YouTube channel, but I don't know how to see how many people have watched this video. Should be big number. You can read the comments. That could be a good motivation on how you have benefited, how others have benefited from this training. See, always when we don't know things, ask. Somehow this community, especially the generation today, thinks that they will find everything on Google, everything on internet, and they avoid asking. But when you ask, somebody is not only sharing the information, but they're also sharing the experience with that information. That is important thing which the generation today is little not aware of. They want content, they want just information. No, the information, when it comes with experience, that's, I think, one of the best value which you can get. For example, if I ask you if I ask you to give me water, that's actually my need. Now, can you give me water without glass? Glass is the container. Without container, you can't give me water. So that glass is the container which is also needed. So like that, if you're gaining some knowledge and if somebody's experience is added to that knowledge, it's going to be a huge, huge, huge value addition. So it's only 6 hours of content. Earlier it was 8. I shrinked it to 6 because Microsoft also trimmed their content in the fundamentals. And in case you don't have time, at least watch with playback speed 1.5. You can finish it in less than 5 hours. So that's my very important guidance, that everyone should start your Azure journey with something like AZ900. Do it today. Do it today, do it tomorrow, do it after 1 week, but do it, because AZ900 gives you a holistic picture of entire Azure. It touch bases all the different important services which one is supposed to have knowledge of, though you may not go deep dive into any one of them. You at least know what is virtual machine, you know what is a network, you know what is a storage, you know what is a database, You know what is, I mean, infrastructure, what is governance, lot of aspects of Azure are touched in Azure fundamentals. Actually speaking, it's not easy to teach Azure fundamentals because one should have quite deep knowledge of the subject. Then only they would be able to cover that particular topic. But yes, my suggestion to all of you here, if you have already gone through this, well and good. If you have not gone through it, compulsory, you should and must go through this particular content. I see someone complaining about lag. Is it same for all or is the voice lagging?
No, sir.
Okay. So, and guys, whenever you want to talk to me, just raise your hand. And if there is a probability of any probability of I taking up your question in between, I'll be glad. If not, definitely I'll take all your questions at the end of the session. If it is in the context of what I'm teaching, ask me then and there. But if it is related to course, schedule, logistics, admission, material, automatically all those questions I'm going to answer one by one. But if it is something which you are interested in asking very specific to the topic which I'm talking, please go ahead and ask. So yes, Azure administration. After Azure fundamentals, I actually now put Azure administration as the basic course which is required today. See, whether you are doing development, Azure development, if you are doing, you are actually consuming the services which are provided by Azure. These services can be your infrastructure services. These can be your PaaS services, platform as a service, or these services can be your SaaS services, SaaS, PaaS, IaaS, infrastructure as a service. All these three, one is supposed to have knowledge of, and that we get in Azure administration. Though it is Azure administration, but we touch the services which makes you understand how the entire ecosystem of cloud is, how the networks are created, how firewalls are introduced, how we connect different networks, how we actually implement security, how the governance comes into the picture, how the infrastructure can be created through code with templates ready-made. Basically, this has now become a foundation knowledge which can help you to grow in various aspects of Azure in depth later. So I'm not saying that most of you are going to become Azure administrator. No, you may not. You might be an Azure developer. But if you can understand the infrastructure, if you can understand the services which probably you may not use directly but are being used in background, don't you think you're always going to have an edge in programming them when compared to somebody not at all knowing what is happening in the background? If you can understand something like what is a virtual network and what exactly is a private endpoint, you can definitely implement that in your projects much easily to ensure that your application is highly secured and accessible. How to make the applications more available, increasing the availability of the application. I mean, these aspects are what I've missed in my years of training. So, as a developer, if you can also have knowledge of infrastructure or at least the services which you are using, how they are implemented in the background, you will definitely do in a better way. And I was talking about today's development challenges. We don't need developers to write the code from scratch anymore. We have got GPTs, we have got copilots, which are actually doing more than 50% of our programming or of our effort. 50% is already taken care of. So you have to only learn how to give instructions to these copilots so that the relevant code can be generated for us. You and I mean just practically I'm showing you. I go to ChatGPT and type here I want to get a program or can you write a program for me in C sharp? Is this C is not coming in C sharp for uploading file in Azure storage blob container. That's it. Program is ready. I can simply copy and paste this piece of code in my studio project. Can I get code to extract a thumbnail from a large image? I upload a file, and from that file, I want to get a thumbnail. And the code for thumbnail is ready. Can I add watermark by watermark text Tekensoft to the thumbnail, to the image? So you keep adding what is your requirement, and it keeps on giving you code. So what is that you should know? What to ask, and you should know how to plug in this code into your project. It works. And this I'm showing you in ChatGPT. If at all you have a license of GitHub Copilot, these things can be written in your project. Let it be Java, let it be Python, let it be PHP, let it be any other language. Copilot is giving you code. So your role now as a developer in terms of having knowledge of language has changed. It's now you have to define what you want, and you should be able to integrate. You don't have to do the dirty work somebody has already done in past, and we are now going to benefit out of it. So you should know what is storage account, what is blob container in this example only. That is the requirement today. You can handle the data in extremely large volumes. You want to probably do data administration, big data analysis. If you want to perform, this will be the foundation topic for you. You want to do any kind of career in Azure, this has become the basic. You should know. I that as a replacement to AZ 900 today. Without that, your knowledge on Azure is always going to be incomplete. If you're learning something like Azure security, definitely you should know this. Architecting, no doubt, has to have knowledge of Azure administration. So this is today. And like you go for Azure developer role or architect role based on your experience, or you become a security specialist, that's definitely your call. Later you can make a decision on that. So the reason why this suite program has been created is we see that there are multiple services in Azure. I'll show you. And all these services are a collection. These are all different services in Azure. I'll talk about each one of them a brief now, but you see these are all different services. Resource groups, PowerShell, CLI, ARM template, Bicep, manage Azure app services, function apps, API apps, gateways, all these around 30 plus actually, 35 maybe. Containerization, orchestration, all these are different Azure services. Now, if in that there are multiple angles, let's take for example Azure storage account. Azure storage account is basically for storing files. Now there is a administrator angle for it, who will be responsible for creating the storage account, taking backups wherever needed from the storage account, or granting permissions, creating tokens. Those kind of things will be administrator role. So entire copying data from one location to another location if needed, ensuring that there are proper policies implemented. You take care of the retention. So these are all administrator angle. Then as a developer, you will be knowing storage account so that you can upload your files into it. You can download your files from it. As a developer, you will write code to upload and download files. Not only files, actually multiple things you do through a storage account based on the type of storage you choose, again in the storage account. And as an architect, it is very, very important that you take the right decision upon what should be the structure of your storage account. Do you want to use Azure storage, blob containers, or file shares? How things can be connected so that from your application, the data can be posted into either blob or files? Or do you want to actually use Azure table storage, or maybe you want to use Cosmos DB? I mean, decisions like that. And of course, security angle will be there in almost every service. Who should access, who shouldn't access, what they should be able to do, what they shouldn't be able to do, role-based permissions. So every service will have multiple angles. So when we take a service and see all these aspects, we actually do a 360-degree view. Entire 360-degree view of a service we see. And that gives a clear picture to us on how we can incorporate those features into our role. You may not, it is there. Not want to work with storage account, but you might want to work with some other service where storage account is going to be used in background for storing data. You might be only interested in creating infrastructure, but can we have infrastructure where data is not there and large volume of data is not there? No. So like this, everything in Azure is integrated. Just having one service, one role knowledge will give you a feeling of incompleteness. And that is one of the reasons why we have Azure Suite program created here like this. And I'm telling you, extraordinary benefits. We have seen by participants learning all these four at a common place. So if you go to our website, actually we have a new name now. We are shifting. Earlier the site was best.nettraining.com, and now we are changing it to bestitcourses.com. Actually, you're the first viewers of this site. Only yesterday night we went live on this URL, bestitcourses.com. You see here, we have got courses. Azure Suite is there, where we have all these. But at the same time, if you have to primarily focus only on topics of AZ104, especially when you're preparing for certification, you can go here and do it. You can go here and do that. Likewise, there is a 204. There is 305. There is 500. All these are created. And these will be useful when you're planning for a certification. But otherwise, I have only taken topics of this and split them into different modules here. So this is the document which I have used. This is the document. These are my modules. These are subtopics in the module. Azure Suite, all these are there, all of them. And few are there in 104, few are there in 204, few are there in 305, and few are there in 500. So this is what I have done. And you see so much of overlapping. How much overlapping is there? You can see from here. So if you are really going to be interested in going deep dive, if you are really interested in going deep dive into Azure, my suggestion would be you should and must go for Azure Suite package, which has all these 4 combinations. Now, how are we going to did some experiment last time, but I was not happy. But I'm going back to old ways again. 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. India time. I'm talking all times in India time zone. 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. I'm going to teach all top 104. But cover a topic of AZ104 during the live session. And if there is an architect or security related context, I attach to the topic then and there itself. I take up a service. Every aspect of architecting, every aspect of security is also covered in that topic here itself. And then what we will do is the remaining 05 and 500. We do them in 9:15. We take a break of 15 minutes or 20 minutes. 15 minutes is more than sufficient for me. So I take only 15 minutes break. And most of the time, maximum up to 11. It can be a little early, but based on the topic, when the topic ends, I take the top 5 and 500. So a lot of topics of this are covered here. Of course, 204 topics, a bit of it are covered here. Exclusive topics are covered separately. So if some of you are probably developer, please don't do the foolish job of joining only AZ204 course, even though we offer it. We also offer. If you want, you can actually go to AZ204 and enroll for that also if you want to. But please don't do that blunder. It's a 42 hours course. Imagine now, 42 hours, 40 hours, 78 hours, 46 hours. And a combination of all this is 100 hours. How can it be? It's purely because of overlapping. So if you are really serious on Azure long-term career, if you want to make, I would say even if you are a beginner, or even if you don't need a lot of those other aspects, my suggestion would be go for Azure Suite. Even then, it would only burden you a bit of extra money, but that's worth just maybe 2 or 3 parties, or one party to your friend you can skip. 2 or 3 parties, the difference will be automatically adjusted. It's not about money, it's about experience which you are going to get. So that's my advice, sincere advice to all of you. When I'm teaching, I'm not a commercial person. When I'm out of this desk, I'm definitely a businessman. But when I'm teaching, I have a role of teacher and I talk what is fact. And it has been like this. 27 years, it has been like this. This is the chair on which every information given to you will be as a teacher, not as a businessman. But I have a chair of businessman also, where I take decisions, where I run the organization with a big team. There, the language probably would be completely different. It will be definitely commercial language completely. Everything Deckensoft does is to earn money. Ethically is the biggest word which makes the difference. We don't do anything unethical to earn what we are earning. And that's one of the reasons why we are standing for so many years now. Anyways, so that's what is Azure package, Azure Suite package all about. Then there is one more package which we created. Many of the participants I know are majorly interested in Azure DevOps, which is AZ400. Azure DevOps is your primary focus. But again, Azure DevOps requires you to have knowledge of either administrator or developer. Azure DevOps needs you to have knowledge of administrator or developer, and then you should go for AZ400. See, if you look at AZ400, and if I take you to images, you see there are 3 stars. And the journey is an associate exam and then an expert exam. Whereas if you look at AZ204, it's a 2-star associate exam. Fundamentals is 1 star. Associate is 2 stars. So 204, 304, they come under 2 star. Security is at 500, 2 star as your security engineer. But if you take 305, it's an expert level certification, and 400 is an expert level certification. So DevOps engineering actually has equal value as architect. Why are we talking about certifications? Is certification the only goal of this training? Definitely not. For me, certifications are important because only when you add these certifications to your resume, your score of resume is going to increase, and its probability of getting listed for the employer is much higher when compared to extraordinary experience but no certification. Because nowadays the companies get filtered resumes by the job portals. They give us a control panel where we can select certain things, and based on that filtered resumes we are going to get. I don't want to view 10,000 resumes. So we get filtered list. So certification has become one of the important criteria for giving more weightage to your resume, your profile. So for that reason, you'll have to write these certifications. Not that because you have written this certification, you are a little extra smarter. No, there is no such thing at all. It also definitely gives you confidence. It makes you feel complete that yes, you have achieved some goal, you have achieved certain target. Because unless you know where you have to go, you can't reach. So some of you will simply start Azure today and you keep learning as I'm teaching. But if you don't know where you are going to reach at the end, what is the use? You don't know what is your destination. Imagine you're sitting in a car and just going and driving and driving and driving, but you don't know where to go. You'll reach nowhere. Ultimately, you'll simply come back and stay where you are. So set a goal. All of you actually set a goal. Maybe 104, 2 months, 3 months, 305, 3.5, 4 months, like that. To invest to set a goal, and that would be a really nice way of learning the subject. And what Deccansoft is doing now, this is some recent edition we have done. For almost every topic, we are giving you the handout. This is going to be the handout which I'll use for teaching. Even I don't have the login yet. Let me go back to the old site. We are in the state of transition, so both the URLs will work. When I started my online training, it was only .NET. That was in 2009, I think, 2009 and 10. That's how the name Best .NET Training came. But then I moved away from .NET. I don't teach .NET a lot today. I teach Azure. So we do have Best Azure Training. But we don't do marketing of that. Something is there which is outdated. Instead, we have got azure-a2z.com. A lot of Azure resources you'll find over here. You'll find exam questions, interview questions, and the content we are improving on this regularly. You can take mock exams there and so on. So here you see, almost for every topic, we are now going to have. This is my handout which I'll use for teaching. This is the handout which I use for teaching. Same thing as it is shared with you with no content adjustments. And then we created an overview document. You're able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I was saying we have added this only last week. We have done this exercise. You want to have a quick overview of the topic. Click on this. You can have a quick overview. That's it. One page overview of the topic. You can have MCQs, multiple choice questions, which will prepare you for the interview questions. Right? Or you want to have filling the blanks. Or you want to have descriptive direct interview questions. What are the advantages of cloud computing? What does the application developer describe the responsibilities of cloud architect? Right? Any topic you take. For example, this one. Same things you'll find. An overview document, the actual notes, MCQ, descriptive questions, filling the blank questions. For every topic, you'll find this now in Azure course specifically. Yeah, we may add for other courses also very soon. But this is going to be like giving you confirmation that you have learned the subject. For example, you go to virtual networking, very big module this is. And if you start taking in MCQs, and if you're not able to answer the questions, it means you need to go back and watch the video again. Ten questions, 15 questions, approximately 15 in each module we have tried to cover. So this is big value addition, which will be like keeping you busy as a confirmation. So Saturday, Sunday, you'll attend my class. Then other days you are going to practice. You are going to read my handout. You are going to go through the question bank. prepare yourself for whatever target it is. Certification exam questions also, we have put our effort to put it here. I think they removed it. They removed it. We had certification question bank also here otherwise. Exam related questions, how they are going to come. That also, I'll get that added. We had it. I mean, I don't know what's the reason they removed it, but we'll add it again. So every module you learn holistically. 360-degree views I cover in class and you learn holistically. That's the best advantage you are getting at Deccansoft. Big time. So guys, I'm pretty straight. I'm giving you reasons today why you should join Deccansoft and what you're going to get through us. Now, I may not be able to cover all the aspects, but request you to download this document and read. Almost everything. I have prepared this document personally. Of course, my team supported me, but I have prepared it. All possible questions, the facilities which we provide, all of them you are going to find over here. Everything. How to join the live sessions, how to use the WhatsApp group, how we give you access to the Azure portal, one of the unique features, and you will have access to the Azure portal for your session of, during your duration of training, so that you can practice everything with our account. You don't need any credit card. You don't need to configure any personal account and take a risk. It's completely on us. We will give you account so that you can practice through it. Play with it. We have a mobile application today. We are facing some challenge with the iOS, but hopefully it will be resolved soon. You will have the iOS app also, through which you can watch the entire training and so many other benefits you can read over here. Pre-enrollment, post-enrollment, both the documents are given to give you complete information. So this site is going to be your source of content. Anything you want to get content from us will be through this site only. You will be added to a WhatsApp group also where you can ask questions. If you want, you can tag me and specifically ask me. I'll see my best. I'll do my best to answer the questions. Almost in every group I will be there. There are questions asked on aspects. I keep an eye. I don't reply to all of them. But when there is a tag attached to me, I make it a point to reply, whether it is good, bad, feedback, anything. If it is tagged to me, I make it a point that I reply sooner or later, but definitely a reply will come from my end. So this is about Azure Suite. Then I was talking about Azure DevOps. Now, doing Azure DevOps requires you to have knowledge of this or this. So what we did is we created a separate package called as Azure Suite Plus. Now you don't see a course called as Azure Suite Plus. A lot of participants here are confused. What is Azure Suite Plus? It's Azure Suite Plus. It's an Azure Suite only. Plus Azure DevOps. The sessions are conducted and 203. Azure DevOps and all the topics of Azure Suite. This slot 7 to 11, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. is for Azure Suite. There will be separate slot for Azure DevOps and there will be separate, but no slot nowadays 203. I think we are doing mostly through videos only because the number of participants there are very, very, very less compared to other courses. This we offer only through recorded content. This is a time you can actually see all our batches over here. You'll see the batches here, upcoming batches. So there is a DevOps batch starting. That will be in the evenings on Saturdays and Sundays. It's a weekend batch. So Azure Suite Plus is all these three. Now, some of you, because probably you may not have budget, I respect that, or you think this much will be overall too much for you, you can choose to have AZ104 and AZ400 only by enrolling yourself for Azure DevOps Expert Package 104 and 400. And an Expert Plus also is there, which has Docker and Kubernetes. In case you want to learn. See, now, unfortunately or fortunately, everyone is expected to have a lot of knowledge. If you go to job portal, you will not see, I want C# developer. No. Damn it, below C#, they'll write 100 other things. Everything is required now in the industry. Because the productivity has become so high, expectations also are definitely going to increase. So Docker and Kubernetes are one of the most demanding technologies today, containerization and orchestration. We are doing so much of microservices based application development today that we want to deploy them into something like Kubernetes. So right now, we don't have packages for Kubernetes, but very soon you'll see that there is a orchestration suite package where we'll have Docker, Kubernetes, CKAD, CKA, CKS, multiple certifications. Training will also happen very soon here. But right now it is simple, straight Docker and straight Kubernetes courses. And these are expected from, again, developers, administrators, DevOps engineers. All are supposed to have knowledge of Docker, Kubernetes in today's world. Terraform is one other thing which you are supposed to have knowledge. So can we learn all these things at one time? No, don't learn. Focus only on one thing at a time. If you're planning to do Azure Suite now, do Azure Suite. I would not even suggest you to do DevOps. Or you learn Azure 104 and Azure DevOps parallel. And if you're a slow learner, learn one after the other. Beauty is any course you enroll, at least for the live sessions, we allow you for a year. Yeah, the recorded versions are for limited period from the time you enroll, but live sessions are allowed to you. It can be AZ 900, AZ 104. The rule is simple at Deckensoft. You paid fees, you can repeat the topic within 1 year any number of times. I conduct 3 batches, my colleague conducts 2 batches. Anybody, you can be attending. If you have enrolled for 104, anybody's 104 at Deckensoft, you will be able to attend. Anybody's 400 at Deckensoft, you will be able to attend. So don't force yourself. See if you're able to manage. Try for a few days. No, it's not happening, Sandeep. Discontinue one and continue in the other and come back for the rest later. But you will definitely have to learn multiple things nowadays. You have Azure AI 900. This is also kind of must for everyone. AI 900 is also kind of must because everything is AI nowadays. You are not going to, I'll show you. They have added Copilot. If you're doing Azure, there is a Copilot. If you're doing Power Platform, there is a Copilot. If you're doing MS Word, there is a Copilot. Excel, all aspects of Copilot. And Copilot will guide you on doing things here. How to design. Ask and it will give you steps and you'll be able to perform the steps. So you will see this Copilots are letting you to do multiple jobs now. They're making things easy. But the only problem is they're co-pilot. They're not pilots. We will still sit in the chair of pilot. We will drive them. Unless we tell them to do something, they can't do anything. Copilot will not be able to build an entire application and give it to us automatically on a one click. We will definitely need to do some kind of integration. Some kind of interference of the pilot will be needed. But will I lose job because there is a co-pilot coming in place? This is a talk of the town, right? The number of jobs are going to reduce. No, I don't think. I'm little different thinker. Number of jobs will not reduce. Productivity of different people will increase so much that the demand also will increase so much. Technosoft never thought of giving you these facilities before. All these we never thought of giving you before. Now we are able to. Why? We're able to give you this because we are using Copilot for generating all this content. I need resources who can review this. Copilot that generates something we cannot believe it. We have to again review it. So you'll still have good number of jobs in the industry. But sophistication will be needed. Expertization will be needed. Doing MBBS will not get you anywhere today. You will write Crocin, Caridon, give some injections, painkiller. That's all. That will be your job if you are doing MBBS. But expertization is something which is definitely needed. So things are made easy. Expectations are increased. I still remember I was teaching VC++, and if somebody would learn VC++, they are like king in programming. I used to start my batches of 15 to 20 students, and on the last day I would have probably 2 or 3 students in the class. But these 2 or 3 students in the class, what level they would have gone into their industry, I don't know. I mean, there is no depth. I mean, the reason I am sitting for so many years is because of VC++, that language which I have learned. But at that time, how much I could do with VC++? Minimum. Today, we don't have VC++, but we have so many other things, much easy to do, and we can do so much. We have got Power Platform, which is low code programming platform. You can build applications almost with bare minimum amount of coding. Especially applications which we can make use of within the organization. You have got extraordinary dashboards coming up using Power BI. So imagine now how you're expected. If you're like 15 plus years of, trust me, I can do all this. I'll tell you what I don't do in this. I don't know, at least Xamarin I have not taken any sessions before. Right? Java I have done. All this Python I have done only one batch. Testing I don't do. Power BI I don't do. I do Power Platform. Data I don't touch. Data engineering I don't touch. Otherwise, everything here I do. AWS I don't touch. Data engineering, AWS I don't teach. All these things I can do. This I can do. Machine learning, data analytics I can't do. So hardly 3 or 4 or 5, which are probably out of my scope. But the versatility which I have today is what is needed in every person today. I've started this journey 27 years ago, and as things needed, I kept changing. And not that I did basic, I went quite deep into everything I did. When I started doing SQL Server, I prepared extraordinary material. I completed couple of batches. I delegated to Vandana and she teaches their subject today. And rather, she has also stopped today. But yes, this was the content originally prepared by me and delegated. So need was there and I went for it. Learn the technique of learning. So you have to be versatile in different aspects. Cloud is going to give you a big knowledge on how the entire ecosystem works. See, as an administrator, you take care of infrastructure. As a developer, you take care of writing code and building application. You take care of the security aspects. You do architecting of the solutions. You have to keep the blocks in the right place. If you don't keep the blocks in the right place, you might either choose a wrong block and that may not fit in properly, or probably you will simply zoom cost if you don't provide proper solution. You might violate some of the governing rules of the organization. So architect is something which is really a very, very important role, and only with experience you will be able to acquire that. Subject knowledge you will gain, but applying it will come through experience. So you're into everything. End to end you are into now. DevOps purely for deployment of application. How we can automate the entire process of deploying the application. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm talking a lot, which is non-directional also. Probably I'm confusing you a lot, but yes, this could be a starting point. What I'm trying to say is Azure could be just a starting point for your career. And there is a lot more to learn. Keep that in mind if you're if you're just coming into the industry. If you are 15 plus years experience, if you're probably 20 plus years experience here, your easy days are gone. You have to start learning again. I'll pull you. I'll drag you. If you're not coming with me easily, I'll drag you. Getting the right content is important, and now you're getting that content, and if you're not going to use it, you're the biggest fool on this planet. Finding a right source of learning is very important. Trust me, you have found it, and you'll realize I'm telling you today because I know I have to talk good initially, but you will very soon realize, and you will. And if you're then saying, Sandeep, you gave me good content, but that but is the killer. I did not have time. I had office work. I had family. You will find reasons for not doing. My say is find reasons for doing it. Instead of focusing on the problem, start focusing on the solution. Your life will change. I have hit a car from back. No, that fellow will come out of the car. I will go out of the car when we'll talk. All bullshit. But what will be the end result? He will go and sit in his chair, drive and go away. I will sit in my chair and go away. Did anything work out? Nothing. I've hit the car. I would tell him, you claim the insurance, guarantee insurance will be there. There will be some extra payment. I will make the payment and chapter close. 500,000 rupees, chapter close. Solution is the thing. Tell him sorry first because I have hit, and then tell him this is my card, or I can pay you what is the insurance charges. Please get in. Problem solved. Focus on solution than focusing on a problem. Life will become, and there cannot be a problem without solution. Solution came first, then problem will come. Let it be solutions while building applications. My team comes and says, Sandeep, I want to do this, but I'm stuck. Is this really a solution? Or can there be a solution to this problem? I don't know if that's a God gift or not, but suddenly entire knowledge comes into the place and I give them do this, do this, do this, and probably you will see that this is going to work. Yeah, maybe because so many things I have touched in my life on technology front. That is one of the reason I'm able to give quick solution to the problems. I understand the foundation, how a variable has to be initialized and what data type has to be taken for initialization of the variable. From there, I learned the subject. Same thing I follow in teaching Azure also. Learn the basics, learn the foundation, and you can keep growing on that foundation as much as you like. So my suggestion would be you will definitely need at least Azure Suite package. I don't know how much is the difference. Lot of because of the Deckensoft anniversary, we'll be turning 27 on 15th of this month. 15th July, we'll be turning 27 years. There are anniversary offers and coincidence. For the first time in so many years, during the offers, my batch is starting. Generally, I start before so that we are not giving discount to everyone. But in this particular batch, coincidentally, almost everyone is getting the discount. So prices are already comparatively less. So take and make a call based on that. Before I come to this topic and start talking about each Azure service, the next I would like to mention definitely about the gold and premium memberships. We had only one type of membership earlier called as platinum, which still remains as it is with lot of value additions. And to facilitate those who can learn on their own without live sessions, we introduced
Not audible, sir.
again seems to be a problem. Ah, only today I'm getting this being kicked out. So yes, I was saying there is a gold membership, there is a platinum membership. I would, if you can afford the fees, this can be the best gift you can give to yourself. I think there is a discount offer on this also. This is the price we have never given in the past. Probably the
We
lowest.
can't see your screen, son. We can't see your screen if you are sharing.
I'm sharing. I don't know why it should be there. There now?
No, not
No.
visible.
No, we can't see that.
Still no?
No.
No.
No, no,
We
sir.
can't see your
Now?
No.
No, sir.
No.
Still not visible. No, so it's like something, right? When we give a demo to a client, suddenly your system get freezed.
Sandeep, you may try by exiting and rejoining. It usually works.
I did that
Yeah.
already. Let me do it again.
It's
Able to
visible.
see now?
Yes, yes. I am able to.
Yes. Yeah.
Worked. Restart, logged in again, worked. Anyways,
That's
that's Microsoft, See, I like Microsoft, so Microsoft also plays with me. It's strategy. Anything in Microsoft world, you restart, it starts working. So this is like all in one package, all in one. You get access to our entire course kit. A lot of benefits. I don't even want to talk about them here, but worth reading and making a decision if you can afford it. It's expensive. I know it is expensive, but it comes with multi-fold advantage to those who can join this particular pack. Unlimited learning. You're not restricted to anything. All our classes, live classes, recorded version, everything you're going to get. And one more thing which we added recently, for all the live classes which we are conducting here, yeah, definitely there will be a video here, but at the same time, the recorded versions will be shared with the participants. I think that feature is there in the Platinum membership. If you're a Platinum member, you're going to get access to the recorded version of the live sessions. For 48 hours, we keep it. This is to facilitate those who are in different time zones across the globe. Some of you are in US, UK, Australia. And if you want to still see the recorded version, or there are two topics parallelly happening and you're not able to attend both because same time slot, the other one you can do it parallel. So this is one of the biggest advantage of the Platinum membership. And another big advantage which we give in the Platinum membership, we started with, did not work out, but will again try, is providing live project experience. We are going to demonstrate some of the projects which we conduct at Deccansoft, which we have developed at Deccansoft to the participants on a scheduled basis. We are very soon working on creating hackathons. OpenAI hackathon is there. But this is not going to be just OpenAI. We are going to create hackathons where you will do directly you'll work on a project along with my team. You will work from this time to this time in building something. You will create something. So hackathons are what we are working on. So yes, gold members and not gold, platinum members will definitely have access to the hackathon also with no additional charges. But otherwise, these are going to cost roughly around 2,500. Something will be the cost for each of these hackathons which we are going to conduct. So believe me, if you are able to afford the platinum membership, there cannot be anything better than that, which you could have gifted yourself. If it is your birthday month, gift in that month to yourself the platinum membership. We have few platinum memberships who are like in their 4th or 5th year of renewal, because renewals are much cheaper. So you continue to renew every year after the first time enrollment and continue to keep learning. If at all you want to use this content as reference also, this is one of the best thing which can happen to you. Then I'll take 2 questions only. I see only 2 hands up. I will only take these 2 questions and I'll come to this content and discuss Azure Suite syllabus in detail to explain you what you are going to get in this training. I'll take only 2. First 2 I told you. VJ. No, don't raise your hand. I'm not going to take after VJ and Prakash. I'll take others later. VJ. Prakash. You have to unmute and talk.
Hello.
Yeah, Vijay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have already taken some courses from you, I think some 10 years back. So my question
Okay.
here is, currently I work in AWS technology. And we also use Azure DevOps. So I wanted to learn Azure DevOps. So what do you suggest? Should I go for Azure Suite? Because it will be not useful for me learning Azure Suite. Instead, I would be focusing on learning AWS. at the same time
Are you
Azure
planning
DevOps?
to write certification?
No.
Then Azure DevOps would be good enough. But when I'm teaching, I will deploy into Azure. Should not matter a lot. If you know you're not going to use Azure tomorrow, day after, just go for Azure DevOps. Because you are going to probably continue with AWS for your infrastructure and other services. And through Azure DevOps, you'll be deploying into that.
Sure. Are there any AWS courses as well? Do you offer?
I don't teach, Rahul teaches them. And there are there's a complete
Okay.
AWS package.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
56 hours, 14. This is there.
Hi, sir. So I am a .NET developer.
Hold on. Prakash, you go ahead.
Yeah. So I am a
Okay.
.NET developer. So which course I have to do? Either Azure Suite or Azure Suite Plus. So can you please suggest me?
What is your experience? How many years of experience
I
you
have
have?
12-year experience in .NET.
12 years.
Yeah.
You're still programming?
No, I am a leading. I am a team lead.
You should learn
Yes.
104, 204, 305, 400, Azure DevOps, AI 102, mandatory
Okay.
if you're a developer.
Sir,
In Azure.
Azure Suite Plus, right?
Go for gold membership, diamond, no, platinum membership. This is mandatory. This is mandatory. This is mandatory. Mandatory, I'm using a compulsory. This is mandatory, right? Then there is architecting and programming microservices based applications using .NET Core. Mandatory. If you know, well and good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Docker, Kubernetes. Minimum 7 courses for your kind of experience if you want to grow. Minimum.
Okay.
So platinum membership for your kind of experience is recommended. And for you, it is easy to afford. Okay. I'll take Kiran. I thought I'll not, but Kiran, go ahead.
Yeah, Anton. So I know that I'm planning to go into Azure field and technology. So will the teaching be mainly focused mostly on the subject side of you or a certification point of view? And I know I have all the answers, just I want to confirm once again before I getting to enroll on.
Certificate is a byproduct. That is your
Okay.
goal.
Yeah.
Journey is what is important. I
Okay.
want to go to Mumbai by flight. Right? What is important to me? Reaching Bombay.
Yes,
But there is a journey also which the flight has to make an experience. Correct?
Yes.
Now, if they don't carry your baggage properly, they
Okay.
don't give you tax properly, they don't take care of your security properly, eventually you reach. Will you be happy?
Okay. No. Everything should
So-
go in format.
We give you a experience of the entire journey.
Okay.
It's not just the destination, but that should be your destination.
Okay.
Either certification or
Oh.
you should be very clear like VJ. I am not interested in certification, but I want simple subject knowledge which I can apply in my
Yes.
job. I mean, have that clarity. What is your
Yes.
end goal? And then rest, leave it to us.
So if that's the case, so first we need to complete Azure Suite. Then once you are confident and yourself, then go for DevOps. First complete all those basic things.
I would not say that. It purely depends on each person. Your appetite is more, you take more. Your appetite is less, you take less. We are running batches parallelly and giving you opportunity to attend multiple times. So what should stop you?
Okay. Understood. Thank you.
Right? So it's purely your call. I mean, it's individual call. It varies from person to person. Some of you are busy whole day. Some of you are free whole day. Some of you have to take care of the kids at home and the kitchen at home. And some of you will have to take care of the office. I mean, Everybody has their I can't contribute much to that. You have to decide how much you want to learn at a time. It's purely on your capability of digestion. We give you that advantage. That's the reason we understand this problem and we let you attend multiple classes.
Understood.
Prakash,
Thank you.
Prakash, Dinesh, Prakash, Dinesh, Nitin.
Sir, morning.
Okay,
Sir.
Dinesh.
My name is Dinesh, and actually in 2013 I came to a training in weekend batches for SharePoint. Sir. My career
Wow.
turned that time. In 2013, I came to in Secunderabad. I came to your classes, weekend classes for SharePoint, and my career turned. I'm in Bangalore right now. I'm a solution architect in one of the esteemed company, but now I want to change my gears again.
So you're extraordinary in SharePoint, right? I
Not
stopped
as-
teaching SharePoint. Rather,
Okay.
I have removed from the screen also.
No,
SharePoint
yeah, I know.
was there
I was-
until last month. We removed SharePoint from here.
Yeah. So that's what I got trained on you, and my career went ahead, go ahead, and now I become a solution architect, and now I'm going ahead. I got .NET training from you, SharePoint training from you. I'm even giving solutions in Azure now, but I'm not very much confident. Like I know the concepts, but I want that thin thread that you build, connecting all the basics of it. That's why I came back to this training, and I'm already taken the golden membership because I don't get time to actually to on a kind of be on the weekends every day because I have deployments, I have to take care of that also too. So I've taken gold membership. Now my question is, see, I think I am back. I've taken a step back in technology field by 2 or 3 or 4 years maximum. So I want to cover up that gap now. So I'm getting into Azure now. Is it an ideal way to even learn AWS also, or else should I kind of focus more on only Azure, AI, etc. kind of thing? That's what my I want to just understand from
What
you.
is your role?
I'm a solution architect providing solutions throughout Microsoft technologies
Right.
as of now.
Last word is throughout.
Microsoft technology. I'm giving solutions.
Finish.
on
That answers
.NET,
your question.
But in future, I think they'll expect more than Microsoft also, right, sir?
That time you'll learn. Let the expectation come now. At least one. You have so much to drink now. How much you'll drink? I've not done AWS.
Okay.
I've not done AWS. Maybe
You
that
see-
answers your
You
question.
see, at
I
least for
started
coming five-
I
five-
started
5 to 8 years.
AWS.
Yeah.
Then I thought I'm not doing justice to it and I left it.
So you see, coming 8 years, there is no doubt, there is no other thing that for Azure apart from Azure, at least for coming 8 or 10 years right now. Are
For
you
you.
sure about that? Sorry,
For
sir?
you, right?
Yeah, for me at least. No,
I'm
in
not
general
sure if
technology
Azure will
wise.
be there tomorrow morning when you wake up.
No, I'm telling Azure will be there, right, in future. Like how you.
I'm
your
saying
guest-
tomorrow morning when you wake up, Azure may not be there. How
Oh.
can I take guarantee of something?
Okay.
Nobody should take guarantee. I did that in 2001, 2000. I was having a class of 200 students sitting in front of me. Imagine.
Yeah.
We had large classrooms. And I used to say, Java will be there. Java is future. Java is going to be giving you job. Your career will change. Oh, this and that. Very energetic. Hardly very young age. Maybe 25 I was. 2001, every day Java developers were thrown out of the companies. Recession came.
Hmm.
Rather, there were certain sector of people who used to say Java will be gone forever. And people did not get married because they knew Java and they were Java developers. Girls were not given to the boys. That kind of time I have seen. So today you're telling me 10 years Azure will be there. You're already late by 10 years first. I started teaching Azure 10 years back.
Okay.
So you're already late by 10 years in learning Azure. So on what basis you will say that 10 years more Azure will be there? Azure will become basic. Like today Java, what is the situation of Java? If you know Java, you know the basic, that's all. Nobody will give you job just because you know Java. So like that, Azure will be a must know. On top of it, everything will be required. Something will come. So Don't be under impression 10 years guarantee. Who will give an IT? Tomorrow morning, Azure may not be there. With that confidence, you join my course. If it is there,
Sure.
you are good to go. But
Thank you,
lot
sir.
of this question can come to me. Should I learn AWS or should I learn Azure? Or should I learn both? Simple answer to that is I have Coca-Cola, I have Pepsi. Which one should I drink? This is the question you're asking me. You have Coke, you have Pepsi, you're holding both. Now you are asking me what to drink. What will I suggest? Got
Okay.
it? So
Yeah, yeah.
Azure AWS are precisely like that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for
You want to drink only one, you drink one. You want to drink both, mix and drink, no problem. It's purely individual's decision on AWS and Azure. So what you do is check in your organization. If Azure is a lot, like you told me, Microsoft is what you have been attached to for a long time, stick to Azure. You'll get better career. But it does not mean tomorrow, if AWS is needed in your job role, you will not learn. You have already learned more than 50-60% of cloud. So there's a transition happening. Now it's like I know C#, I want to learn Java. How much time it will take? It's a mind which has to be prepared that this is just similar and I would be easily able to learn it. Your preparation itself should be in such a way. Getting my point. So, but right
Yes,
now, if you ask me immediately, don't invest on AWS because you don't need it immediately.
Sure, sir. So yeah,
Like
I will
I did
come
not
after
advise Vijay to learn Azure. Not required. She doesn't need it immediately. Her current job profile needs AWS. She knows AWS pretty well. DevOps she needs, she can join DevOps. So if you are planning to go for the next level, if you're happy with your current profile and only for that, if you're learning, it's okay. But all of you, if you're planning to go to the next profile, you have a package of 25 lakhs and now you're thinking of 35 lakhs. Somebody will give you for what reason? You are already having 15 lakhs package, you want to jump to 25 lakhs. There has to be value addition in you. That time, something more than what you know is supposed to be learned. Upskilling will be required at a very war footing level because your expectations are also very high.
Right, sir. Agreed. I'm in the same situation. I got their answers. Thank you.
Hello.
Prakash, if you are there, if not, I'll take Nitin.
Nitin this side, sir.
Okay, go ahead. I think I want to talk about subject. Let's do it tomorrow then. Anyways, I'll take questions. I'll take all your questions. You can raise your hand. I'm
Okay,
sorry. I
so-
thought of changing the content, but this also is helping probably. See here, what you'll get is one beauty is you'll get experience of others also in this class. My classes will be 70-80 minimum. Unlike other trainers where you'll find 2-3 students per class. So here the experience of others also we are going to gain. So let's gain from that today. So Nitin.
Yeah, sir. So my question is, what is the content content course of DevOps? Okay, what is the if someone wants to learn about DevOps, only DevOps, what should be the content? If someone wants to learn about uh, Azure DevOps, what should be the content?
Azure DevOps is a product. Right? DevOps is a culture of an organization to automate everything which is possible, involving developers and infrastructure all at one place. So when you say DevOps, it's like a generic thing. There you learn mostly open source community tools.
Okay.
You might learn Jenkins. You might learn Ansible. You will learn Terraform. So these kind of things, you will learn GitHub. You'll start with GitHub, learn Jenkins, learn Terraform, learn Ansible.
In
In
Azure,
Azure
in
DevOps,
Azure
the
DevOps.
Jenkins part will be replaced with Azure DevOps.
Okay.
You still
okay.
learn GitHub.
Mhm.
You still learn Terraform. You will still learn Ansible deployments. But
So sir, how much tools you will teach to us in terms of Azure DevOps?
Azure DevOps, I teach Azure DevOps. If you want to learn Terraform, Terraform is a separate course. In Azure DevOps, I'll teach Azure DevOps. You should completely focused on Azure
Yeah.
DevOps. Though
Can you show me
do
the
touch
content
on
of
integration with Ansible, integration with Jenkins. Integration, that is, not teaching everything, just the integration.
Mhm.
But this is
Okay.
pure Azure DevOps. If your organization is not using Azure DevOps, this is not the course for you.
Okay. Got
But
your point, sir.
nowadays, so much of Azure DevOps is happening. You will see left and right people have replaced Jenkins with Azure DevOps. Huge amount of change has happened in the recent times. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Kiran?
Hi, sir. I actually have 10 plus years of experience in Windows and server administration, and I also work on Azure, but I don't have any experience on coding or any scripting side. So, but I want to learn DevOps with IAC, Terraform.
So what is the problem?
Like without the coding experience,
There's
can
a
I join this?
worst assumption. It's a assumption in the industry that if you don't know coding, you cannot do DevOps. No. I just prepared one video, development lifecycle.
Because the only reason, because I have 10 plus years of experience, like if I start with the basic things on this side, will I be able to sustain in the development side, DevOps side? That's what my question.
I think some issue with the connection.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm extremely sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening today. My Teams is continuously restarting after a few minutes.
Do you have enough of free space on your computer?
A lot of that. A lot of this is there. That's not a problem. But why would Teams need free space? Teams
Yeah,
need
like
memory.
because I faced that issue, like if disk space is completely utilized, like there is no space at all, then it keep on reboot the Teams. I
have
recently
21
had
GB
that problem
free.
a couple of months.
21 GB
Okay.
is free. That's a lot. Anyways, I think somebody has logged in with my account in Office on some laptop and that's switching from there. Looks like I'll have to log out from all devices, or maybe I am only logged in on another device, which I don't know. It's switching automatically me from this to that. And I have to bring it back. I don't know why it's happening.
Oh.
Hello, Sandeep.
Okay, I could not hear what you were saying, so you have to repeat. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Actually, like I don't have an experience on coding side, but since I have more than 10 years experience on server, like if I start DevOps now,
See,
will I
first
be
thing I
able
was
to
saying,
sustain?
DevOps doesn't need programming. You need to know what is programming. You don't need to do programming. So to facilitate that, I have recorded a video on this, which you should watch, and that's enough. What is development lifecycle? Just know this and you are good to go. Okay.
So because I want to learn the Terraform with IAC.
That doesn't need programming. Terraform is declarative. So you don't write programming there. It's not imperative. It's declarative.
Okay.
So you can definitely go for that. Absolutely no problem. Don't worry.
Okay.
Amit.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Obviously, first of all, I'd just like to tell you that, after watching your YouTube sessions, that's how I got really influenced with the way you teach. And though I have a 16 plus years of experience, but I understand, I mean, at the same time, I understand that how impactful is teaching. People know a lot, but it's just the way that you teach is exemplary and helps us understand each and every aspect. So coming to my question, sir, actually, so it's just a question that was just asked a while
Before
ago.
you ask your question, I just observed.
Yeah.
When I teach dil se. I don't use brain.
Yeah.
I use heart
Yeah,
when I
absolutely.
teach.
I can see that, sir.
Content comes from brain, but emotions come from heart.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm a firm believer. Anybody who wants to make a career in teaching is like transformation, right?
Absolutely.
A lot of guys will be simply listening,
Yeah.
but that's not going to transform.
Yes.
So to do the transformation, emotions will play a very important role.
Absolutely, sir.
So that I think is one big advantage which I am observing I have when compared to a lot of others.
Yeah.
So that's probably the reason. Now you are acknowledging actually.
Yeah, when I
Thank you.
saw the impact, because obviously there are so many courses available, millions available on YouTube and all that. But why people go to choose to a certain, specific teachers or trainers is because they have an impact on your, learning, and you start to understand and acknowledge and absorb the content, and becomes easier, and you get to answer, you actually get an answer to your question. Otherwise, what happens is there's a lot of content, you still go back to some documents and search for it, but that doesn't happen with your I've gone through your DevOps YouTube video when I started listening to you, and that was so amazing that I understood that this is the right place.
Let's come to the question now. I thanks for this, but let's come. We have a lot of guys waiting.
In the interest of time, sure, I will.
Yeah.
So, sir, the question it's something that was asked a while ago about AWS. Should we go for it or not? So I was asking the same question to myself. What I realized is I looked at the portion of each of the cloud is actually capturing the market. And obviously AWS has the highest chunk of share, and I see a lot of people going there. So if we exclude that from our learning, but obviously, it's upon our capacity. But if we exclude it, we are actually excluding that bit of opportunity as well, like around 28 or 30% of that opportunity, because a lot of things that happen there are not known to us, right? Secondly, what I've also observed, sir, it's the same question, sir. So what I observed is that we being as a cloud people, right? When we start learning, or we learned Azure, so it should be kind of an obvious thing to go for the other cloud. Why I'm saying is, sir, because I worked on IBM Cloud and IBM, I worked on Azure. So the thing is that I found a lot of similarities, right? And when you have a lot of similarities and you're losing out on such a big chunk, does it not impact career growth? Does it not impact in a stage? Because I know you may not immediately need it, but as your personal development, and when you're looking for opportunities to grow, I think leaving out AWS would it not make a big difference to it, sir?
So you can't learn everything, right?
Yeah.
If you want to join Deccansoft, if Deccansoft is in your mind to join, we don't use AWS
Yeah.
at all. So how much ever AWS knowledge you have, it is waste for me. The more knowledge of Azure is what is useful to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Knowing C#, should I also learn Python, because there is so much of Python already being used for development of so many applications. So this is something which is again the reason why we have created Platinum membership also is the same.
Uh-huh.
You can't learn everything.
Yes.
You can't. So you have to choose what you want to learn.
Yes.
If you want to learn this, you have to learn that. Today morning you learn this, today evening you learn that. Khichdi ban jayega.
But I mean,
the terms are so related.
Yeah.
Actually speaking, I told you already, right? If you have learned Azure, you have already learned 50% of AWS.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just that you need to know what are the services
Yes.
and that control panel on which you create the services and little bit of background on the architecture. Finish.
Yeah.
So nothing will stop you
Mhm.
from learning AWS, but do you need it? You better learn something else. Now learn Power Platform. At least you grow horizontally. Nowadays, the world wants you to have knowledge of multiple things.
Yes.
So if you have taken a Microsoft side, stay completely on Microsoft side.
Mhm.
Your career growth will be faster.
Okay.
I mean, that's how I have done. I didn't jump from, I mean, I did teach Java in 2000. I was teaching Java in 2000. But other than that, I don't think I've drifted away from Microsoft technologies anytime. Python, I was teaching in some corporates.
Mhm.
But otherwise, it's purely Microsoft with which I have attached myself. And I'm a super rich guy. I made huge amount of money
Okay.
just by sticking to only Microsoft.
So, okay.
So just because it's there, you can't. Then you have to learn GCP. You have to learn Alibaba Cloud. You have to learn IBM Cloud.
Mhm.
How much we will learn?
And there's an endless list, absolutely.
Endless story. So don't try to learn everything.
Mhm.
Learn. You know that this is where you want to make a career,
Mhm.
or you immediately need it in your project,
Mhm.
or you want to target a particular organization, find out what they are using,
Mhm.
and start learning in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah, if time is there, your ample amount of time. Like I'm next 10 days, I am not teaching. Other than these 2 classes, I'm not teaching next 10 days. I've
Mhm.
set some new targets for myself.
Mhm.
So that those probably are not there in this, and they are there. They're going to come. So like that, if you have ample amount of time, you keep learning.
Mhm.
That option is always open.
Right.
That's all.
Thank you, sir.
Manish.
Thank you. That answers
you.
my.
I should do counselor career sessions more than teaching. Huh? Manish, quick. Aiki.
Hello.
Manish, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, my target is getting certificate as well. So I just want to ask that, will I get any help with these courses, like in a content way, which can help me
Definitely,
to
that's what
achieve
I'm
that?
telling you, right? You can set your goal as certification for through these trainings.
Yeah, because journey, I'm sure that it is going to be good, but the main main problem is that, will I get any sort of any content which is directly helping me to achieve that?
That is
That's why.
already here. You don't even need to join this course. Go to Azure A to Z, pay some 500 rupees, you get the access. Don't even
Okay.
join my course. Mock exams are there. Right? All the certifications are there. Go there and start taking the questions.
Thank you, sir.
This is the question. This is the answer. Entire experience is there.
So, is it okay? So, I have to do this separately. X.
After the training, the material I already showed you, right? The material will be here.
So this material going to be included in if I'll take any platinum subscription.
This
so it is
everything will
going to
come.
be- Okay.
A platinum membership will get free access to Azure A to Z. You have to ask for the voucher, they'll give you, and you will activate the account.
Okay. Thank you.
It's a separate website. You have to add buy credits if on this. And once you buy credits, you don't have sufficient funds. So you buy. Once you make a payment, you get it.
Okay. Thank you.
Or for platinum, you just ask our guys, they'll give you coupon, you will redeem it.
Okay. Okay.
Manish, over. Amit, turn your hands down. IKE.
Yes, sir. I am interested in the platinum, and my question is, do we have like a payment plan? If I'm not able to pay all in one go, can I pay over time? but I'm interested in the platinum.
I don't think you're outside India, right?
Yes, I am I'm not in India.
No, you have to pay using credit card and take EMI on that. If you are in India, we have some low cost EMI options, but not applicable to you.
Okay. All right.
So that is for EMIs are only for India.
Okay. That's
Sorry.
fine. Then I'll try to pay
Because we
advance.
can't do finance outside India. That's the problem. That's how the boundaries are working. Uday?
Well, by finance, I mean like, okay, I say fine, I'm gonna be paying for the platinum package, but the cost is over 6 months. I pay over 6 months, or I pay over 3 months, something like that.
No, you have to pay at one go.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sorry.
No, that's fine, sir. Thank you so much. But I do
Uday?
appreciate everything that I'm seeing. I'm gonna work on that.
Thank you. Uday?
Hi, sir. Yeah, hi, Sandeep, sir. As I told you earlier, I'm your ex-student on .NET, and then I worked as
A lot of ex-students nowadays. Huh?
Yeah, obviously, based on your...
This batch especially. Looks like many have come.
Yep. There are two questions from my side. One is any scenario-based practical documents that you will give us as a test or something once the class is done, not only with respect to the certification, to boost our confidence with respect to job as well. The second question is
what was the first question? Are we having scenario-based questions?
No, not questions. In terms of practicals, something
Teaching,
like
right?
Yeah.
Everything we teach or I teach and you learn, you do it practical, step by step. Everything. Right? If I can open a randomly one handout for you. Random, let's say, virtual networking in first topic itself. You'll see we have steps for performing these actions.
Okay, got it.
So 1 second, I have not still come there. Yeah, now step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. 3, do this. 4, do this.
Yep.
So like this, you'll find almost every handout well prepared with a lot of screenshots wherever needed. Theory. It will become your Bible, Gita, Quran for .NET, for Azure.
Yeah, and for platinum members, you are providing project-based training as well. So is it
not training? We are going to demonstrate our projects and the important aspects of that project, so that you can connect the dots. That will be the advantage. You will connect dots, right? You know this can be done, but how is it done? How is it used? That we will showcase to you.
Okay, so once we complete this course, then we have to move to that. Or
the problem is we announced that batch 2 days. Some people have come, then nobody came third day. So I need to figure out what was the weakness, work on that, and overcome that weakness. So very soon, you don't even have to wait till the course is over. You can do it the moment we start.
Okay, and the last question which I have is every Saturday, Sunday, 4-hour session. Is it too much 4-hour session to learn something?
Is it too much to teach, you are asking?
No.
Or is it too much to listen?
To learn, a candidate can concentrate maximum.
I'll teach 4 hours in the morning.
Okay.
2 hours in the evening. So I'll be teaching 6 hours. So physically, I don't get tired.
Yeah,
right?
I can understand. But
now, question is, can you learn so much? That's the reason we are giving you backup of videos. For every topic, you get the recorded version.
Okay.
So in the class, You are listening to me, you are getting the direction, you will remain motivated to learn, but your actual learning happens outside the class.
Got it.
You have to revise the content, you have to read the handouts, you have to listen to the video, maybe at 1.5x or maybe 1.7x, you repeat the video. Practice, right? If you're just attending the class, I don't think you will be able to get anything much out of it. Got it? So outside the class is your actual learning ground. So 2 days you are giving me 8 hours, but this 8 hours of content you have to consume in rest of the 5 days.
Yeah, that is the thing. What I'm thinking, we need to consume all these things in 5 days.
Don't try to consume in 2 days. No, consume in 5 days. 8 hours in 5 days will become 1.5 hours every day. That will be easy, right?
Yep.
And it will not be 8 hours to be precise. It might be 6.5 hours productivity actually.
Got it. Thank you.
Looks like we are done with all the questions.
Sir,
So guys,
one last question. Sorry, just an extension of what just today asked. So this is 8-hour class a week, and you are suggesting, I mean, roughly to take 1.5 hour a day. So how are you suggesting? We are obviously attending the weekend session. I mean, planning to attend the weekend session, and just in case we are out of distracted. That is how you are saying it, or what exactly is the session?
I will be with you for 2 days, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Content will be with you for all the days, no?
Right. Yeah.
So suppose I started teaching this today and tomorrow I finished this. Imagine. You have to practice also, right?
Correct.
You have to read the handouts. You have to take the exams. You have to test yourself. When will you do all that? You can't do it while I am teaching.
Correct.
The rest of the days you have to plan for that. Tell your family next 3 months I am not with you. For every day 2 hours. Tell your family very clearly 2 hours pakka you should give me every day. Then you tell your family you'll take them to some foreign trip. You'll get a hike, right?
Correct. No, I'm very confident about this, sir. I have seen one of your courses where I learned, what does a port have? It has a socket. I never knew until then that a port will have socket to speak to.
Tomorrow again you'll know that.
No, I'm just saying, how precise that video was. It is impressed me. Thank
That's
you
the
so
first
much.
video on virtual networking. We'll start with that only.
Oh, okay, cool, sir. Okay, thanks. Thank you.
And guys, one more thing. Nowadays, I don't teach every topic, everything. I play my videos and I add more value to the videos while in the class. I will use my own content now. Right? I will use my own content. I will use the videos in class. I'll be with you when the video is playing. I'll take your questions. I'll add more value. That's how I improve my content now. I want to do something more than what is already in this. So this is what I'll play. And as this progresses and something more hits me, I'll add more value to that. And we'll make it more interactive. I may ask you questions. Right? Like that, I add more value. So there will be some topics here which I don't even take in the class also. You'll have to just do it on your own independently. I don't want to teach 100 hours again. 100 hours, what is the use of same thing repeated? So that's why I told you, in the class, you're only going to get guidance and should be used for answering all your questions and to remain motivated to keep learning on a day-to-day basis. But your major learning is going to happen outside the class. How you plan your day, how you plan your hours every day at the fixed time. If you know you are waking up at 7 o'clock every day now, change it to 5 o'clock. If you are waking up at 6 o'clock, change it to 4 o'clock for 3 months. 2 hours extra you create in a day for yourself. without losing anything. If you can do that, they give diet chart, right? They make you eat more, but still you're doing dieting. That's the way dietitians work on you. So you don't lose on the taste to the tongue, but you still lose weight. So like that, you plug out 2 hours from your, don't watch reels, remove that one serial from your everyday schedule, right? At office, lunch hour is mostly 1 hour, 1.5 hours. That you cut off. Somewhere you see your entire calendar and see what is that extra thing which is unnecessary there and occupying time. Kill that off. And maybe sleep time little bit you cut. 5 hours of sleep is enough. Worst case 6 hours. Don't sleep for more than 6 hours. 8 hours they will tell. But next 3 months you sleep only for 6 hours. 5 hours. 3 months. After that you sleep more. I slept at 2:30. Yesterday night, 2:30. That means I slept for around 4 hours. Less than 4 hours. And I'm feeling energetic. Absolutely no problem. Sleeping more will make us more lethargic. Anything beyond 6 hours will only make us more lethargic. Yeah, take a nap in the afternoon for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That's okay. But your night sleep, you can cut upon. Definitely you can cut upon. And that creates extra time for you on a day-to-day basis. Your parents or your wife or your husband or your son should come and tell you what happened, Papa. If that has not changed, you're not learning. Guarantee you're not learning. You have donated your fees to Sandeep. Ours is Balaji Hundi, Tirupati Balaji Hundi, you know, right? You go and put it. Now you have to be with the thought that you put 1, you will get 1,000. Now there is no guarantee. Again, after putting that 1 also, you have to put your efforts to make that 1 to 1,000. Understood? So be very clear on that. Ours is Balaji Hundi. Fees you have paid has gone into our kitty. Finish. Now, how much extraction of content you take from us, again is your ability. Again is your planning. Again, disconnect. This will disconnect. Sorry, guys, once again. I'll have to really figure out what is wrong on this Teams. Maybe restart my system or something. It looks like it's multiple login problem. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So that's what is important. You have to take out extra 2 hours on a 3 months, at least 3 months. 3 months minimum, I'm saying, then you'll get used to. Then I don't have to actually. General tendency is, this is how we learn. You are today here, right? You are here. Suddenly this will happen. This is called as tail drop. Tail drop. Your enthusiasm with time for learning goes down, which is what is dangerous. What is expected Actually, it should be like this. I will be glad even if you can keep it like this. Enough. What enthusiasm you have to learn today, the energy level with which you are joining the class today, if you can consistently maintain this energy, I am more than happy for you. Extraordinary guys will go this way. This would be the best. I'm not talking about growth. I'm talking about energy level. With time, you increase your energy level. There are guys who do this. There are many who are in this category. But if you can be in this category also, enough. Don't fall in this. 70% of class will be in this category. I'm telling you. In my class, at least 30 to 40% will drop by the time I'm coming towards the end of the topics, end of the training. You'll be in this category. Human tendency, this is. To remain motivated, it's very tough. There's so much of online internet content. Why will you still join my course? Why should I even teach online? I mean, live classes, videos are already there. Just to keep you in this category. The reason is to keep you in this category. Cutting down on sleep comes naturally with birth of a kid. That's further reduced. I used to do lab in Deccan for 4 to 5 hours after class. Yeah, they were guys. 8 hours they used to sit. Used to throw them out. Go by power usage, electricity usage. But people used to sit in the labs for 8 hours. And I know what level they are in the career. You are doing investment on yourself. You are the product and you are buying that product next 3 months. Telling you, you're paying me to buy yourself as a product. Now you don't want to buy a dirty product or a useless product or used less product. You are a product. I'm probably hitting you hard using some dirty words, negative words, but the fact remains that is the fact. You can't change it. If you are here falling tail drop happening in your learning, you will not take the benefits what you're actually supposed to. I'm happy with this. See if you can get into this. So 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep is the best solution. 8 hours, 9 hours which you are sleeping. I know 2 or 3 days you will find it tough. After that, it is awesome feeling. Be with your books, be with yourself, alone for some time. Change the way you have been doing things. Because only when we change, we get to grow. Unless we change, we don't grow. The only element which can add to growth is change. What did I change? If I do same thing, I'll get same result. Only when I change something, I'll get different result. That's a law. Simple law. So see what is the change you have got in your everyday activity. GenAI courses are already there. They're already AI 102 is already there. In that only Gen AI will be part of it. I am not teaching at least for now. I have no plans to teach AI. Actually, I don't have slot to teach AI. I'm fully occupied to teach Azure. And the trainer who is teaching, Suresh, is decently good on the subject on AI. He is the one who created or curated entire content of AI at Deccansoft. So AI, I have not interfered. I'm happy with this content. I used to do lab, going to be a batch for July 10, so Azure Suite Plus cover 400 separate. I already said, right? AZ 400 topics will start on 20th July. Azure DevOps will start on 20th July. Azure Suite Plus, you have to join this course only. Azure Suite only you have to join. What else is there? I think that's all questions taken. So guys, you have to take a call. The offers also will go away soon. Very soon will disappear. We don't want to give discounts, and because of discount you joined my course. Don't want to get into that mindset also. So the offers and the discounts will go away very soon. Before you enroll, if they go away, don't come back and complain to me. Gradually, what we do is we increase the price gradually. If it is 15 now, we'll reduce it to 10, then we'll reduce it to 5, and then suddenly will disappear on the screen. Or we may decide and go out one day. If our purpose, we have enough number of students, we do take a call. We don't offer discounts a lot, rarely, except during this 15 days of July. We don't even consider discounts at Deccansoft. So please enroll yourself immediately today. You have to contact Kashmira, right? She will give you the payment links if you are paying through GPay. She will give you the account details into our phone number, to which you should transfer the amount and connect with her. In case you are not getting the response from her, feel free to connect with me also. Absolutely okay. But she would be able to answer most of your questions. Kashmira will be answering it. Shubham will be answering it. They're working today for us, being Saturday. They'll work today. They'll work tomorrow also for admissions. And don't hesitate to connect with me in case you have any issues. Oh, again, hands are up. Rahul?
Hey, hi, Sandeep. So yeah, I already enrolled with the Yoursuite Plus. So I mean the formal classes will be getting started
Tomorrow morning.
Sorry?
Yeah, morning. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock morning, class will start.
Okay.
Proper subject will start tomorrow. Finish.
Thank you.
This was the only demo where I wanted everyone to be aware of what they are getting. That's it. Uday.
Sandeep sir, any external references you suggest apart from the course material to improve our knowledge?
Microsoft Learn Docs. I'll give you.
Okay.
Actually, not required, but if you want, I'll give you.
Sure.
Bindu.
Hello, sir. So just want to know that we'll be having this live training, right? Along with that, we'll be also be having online like .NET training course as well.
Say it again, please.
Along with this live training, do we also get subscribed for this?
You get access to these courses. Whichever course you have enrolled, you will get access to all those videos.
Okay. Okay. So can we watch this video multiple times or it's
Yep.
only? Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
As long as you're watching yourself, no problem. You're not supposed to share your account.
Yes, I do understand. Sir, good morning. This is Bindu, your ex-employee from Deccansoft.
Oh, okay. Nice. So you prepared this website.
Yes.
You have worked on this website.
Yes, sir.
So nice. Good to see you here.
Yes, sir. Thought of
Bindu,
you
guys, Bindu is one of the initial developers who has worked on this particular website. Of course, it has transformed to a lot different thing now. But good to see you there. Nice.
Thank you, sir.
We have changed the name now. Best IT courses. I mean, this is still there. I don't have the login on the other side.
Okay.
So, guys, we will be changing the name. You'll be redirecting to Best IT Courses, which I think is more relevant than what it's Best.NET training. Logos and everything will change gradually in this week. Any other question, guys? I think we are done for the day. I'll let you go today. Enjoy your last Sunday. And from next Sunday onwards, you should be busy. Saturday today, right? Yeah. Tomorrow also you can be relaxed. just attend my class. But next Sunday, Saturday, I'll keep you busy. Thank you and best of luck to all of
Hey,
you.
Sandeep.
Take care.
Hey, Sandeep. Quick question. So, do
Good.
you offer any corporate training?
I do a lot.
Okay, maybe
On
I'll
weekdays, I
sync up.
do only corporate trainings.
Okay, okay. So maybe I'll sync up with you offline later. So because I want to know what are the prices and any other details.
Call me anytime. Feel free to call
Okay.
me. Today I'm free. Absolutely free. So I can sell
Okay.
you my course properly.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Bindu, just text me if you're there. Connect
Yes,
with me
sir.
on WhatsApp if you're there.
Sure, sure.
Thank you.
So is there any course tomorrow? Any
Class
class?
is there tomorrow.
Okay.
7 o'clock morning, we start the course tomorrow. No more delays.
Got it.
We don't have session today now. We are done for the day. And tomorrow morning, we begin our class officially.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Manohar?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Morning.
So if I take that premium platinum subscription, all the courses will be available or only the
All
including
the courses on our site will be accessible to you.
microservices, .NET,
Everything, including the hackathons, which are not listed right now.
Okay, right, sir. Thank
There
you.
will be one new package coming up, AI Suite, AI ML Suite. Even that will be accessible to you.
Okay. Yeah.
And that is for gold members also, right, sir? AIML?
Videos, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Gold and platinum, major difference is interaction. Platinum will give you that interaction benefit.
Okay.
Videos are common for all of you.
And this will be like categorically kind of changed when there is a new concept that comes in, right? I'm assuming that's what expected, right?
We
If
keep
there was some new
upgrading, right? We have to survive. So we keep upgrading the content.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Subha? Manoharan?
Sir, good
Yes,
morning,
sir.
Subha.
Yeah. Manoharan, go
Yeah,
ahead.
actually,
Sir, I have around 15 years of experience in .NET only in Microsoft Technologies. But as you said, I have not taken the time seriously and I have not done anything. But whatever the company giving the task, I'm completing. And they have given some 10 people of team. I'm managing them. I'm giving working on delivery and all. I'm doing that. So I'm getting good package also, fine. But if I see tomorrow, if at all they're asking me to go out, so
Why
I
will they
feel
ask
like
you? Why do you think negative first?
correct, but the situation in the company is like that. So there might be a chance for firing me in the next couple of months. So what do you suggest me? Because now technically I'm working on a course. I'm working on .NET Core and microservices, but I am not having that much knowledge on attending the interview. Those kind of things I'm having. So what
So
is
revise the entire .NET course of mine. You will get good knowledge.
okay, sir.
Though you know C#, Java, C#, everything, start from scratch.
Okay.
Start from, you're anyhow going to take platinum membership. You should take platinum membership.
Okay, sir.
Make it a point whenever you get leisure time on mobile, you can start watching the C# videos. That will make your base very strong.
Correct.
And once your base is strong, the other things can just follow on. ASP.NET Core and C#, be very good at it. And then do .NET microservices course also. I'm going to revise that content. That's one of the plans for next few days. And yeah.
So architecture level, I don't have much idea, and I don't have that much knowledge to face the
Do
because
that microservices course, you will get a lot of idea.
Okay, sir. Because after 15 years, they will expect as an architect.
Yeah, obviously after 15 years, they'll expect you to have little more than normal, right?
Yeah.
That's why the Docker, Kubernetes, DevOps, these all should be there in your profile, preferably.
Okay. Right, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Technically, I have one question, sir. Actually, maybe it is not related to the topic now, but my question is the managed identities in Azure will be applicable like for the .NET framework, entity framework? Is it be upgradable? Like, is it support or not? That's
Managed
what I want.
identity is basically for those services which are part of Azure.
Yes, yes. That
So there only it is useful. But
sir, what my question is now, I'm currently ad hoc request I'm working on. So in that, using the .NET framework 4.7 version and the entity framework is version 6. Is that will be supported to the MSI related thing?
no, I don't think so. .NET managed identities of Azure are purely for Azure services, not
through
outside
the
the
app,
scope of Azure.
like through app services, we can't be able to implement that managed identity or not.
No. The concept of managed identity is you take the identity of app service to access the other resources in Azure.
Okay.
You're not connecting to app service. You're using the identity
No,
of app
actually,
service.
the current thing is working in the app service model. So there we need to implement now the main thing is connection strings. We need to change it there. So earlier the
But
connection.
where will you include? See, how will you give permission to identity?
Okay.
You have to give permission to identity, right? You're taking that identity is not sufficient. You have to grant permission to identity. So does entity framework grant permission to identity? No. SQL Server, does it grant permission to identity? Yes.
Acha,
So
okay.
you should take ASP.NET app services identity and grant permission on SQL Server. Then that identity can be used in your code. The concept is not clear, it looks like to you.
Yes,
Managed
because,
identity is an identity. Suppose my identity is Sandeep. Now, unless Sandeep is granted permission, he can't do anything, right? Now, can you take the identity of Sandeep? If I want, I can give you that. But Sandeep should have permission somewhere, no?
Yes.
So how will Sandeep get permission? So that destination where you're connecting SQL Server probably
SQL Server
is in Azure, right? SQL Server is in Azure.
Yes.
Then you can have SQL Server database identity, managed identity, and grant permission to SQL Server. Roles can be assigned.
Yeah.
RBAC permissions can be assigned.
Okay. Yeah. Sir, is that type of support will be get into this after this course joined?
Even otherwise, you call me, I'll tell you what is the course. For that, you don't have to join the course.
No. Usually I try to join. That is the secondary. But
no, I'm saying for this kind of questions, you don't have to. If you want to really learn the subject, then the course is needed.
Yeah, correct.
I am open to answering. See, if I have knowledge, I should share. So if I am free, you just ping me on WhatsApp. I'm not always free. So ping me on WhatsApp and then we'll discuss on WhatsApp, and if needed, we'll talk.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Manoharan.
Sorry, sir, my question is over. I will rise down. I will.
Subha.
Yeah, hi, sir. Good morning. So I have actually taken the gold membership a while ago, but I could not use it because of the personal problems I have at home. So by this September, I think it is going to expire.
Connect
I would
with
like
Kashmira.
to. Okay.
Connect with Kashmira.
So will there
She'll
be
tell you the
any
procedures.
discounts applicable
50%
to
fees
that
is
if I
there
have to
now,
renew?
straight 50% discount you will get on renewals. I mean, approximately those details Kashmira will give you.
Okay, and one more thing is like I was kept on waiting for the microservices. I was looking for the videos. So are you planning any live session for that, sir?
I announced live session, few candidates came,
Yeah.
but problem is
Hmm.
I'm not able to manage so much time. So I decided I'll record and give it.
Okay.
Already it's there,
So
that is good. But whatever extra
yeah.
content I have to prepare, I'll record and add it very soon.
Okay.
I'm working
There's
on it.
not going to be any live training so far.
No slot to teach.
Okay.
Where should I go live? That slot should be there, no? Saturday and Sunday, I'm
Hmm.
booked already.
Okay. So weekdays also you have this as your classes on.
No. Weekdays I do corporate, so I don't teach in in Deccansoft, I don't teach on weekdays.
Oh,
I can't teach on
fine.
weekdays.
Fine, sir. I'll get in touch with Kashmir.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Chandra.
Hi, sir. My name is Chandrasekhar Thabla. So I have around 15 years experience in the Windows platform, like migrations and all these things. So my question is now, just I mean, like basic, I do have like 104 AG900. I do have basics. Now, question is, in my organization, they are proposing to more expectation on the DevOps. So, question is, so do you want to go for the shoot or especially
Plus.
go for the plus? Okay.
Azure Suite Plus. DevOps is not there in Azure Suite. Azure.
Okay.
Azure Suite.
So both are
DevOps
the
is there only in Suite Plus.
Suite Plus. Okay. So for that, okay, I'll connect separately to administration.
Kashmir.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. Done.
Sir, any mock interviews conducted by the concept to boost our, at least for interview purpose only I'm asking about, to understand where
This
we are
demand has
lagging
been
and all.
coming again and again. I think one new revenue model we can start. So, I don't know what is mock interview. If I conduct a mock interview, you will pass with me, but you may not pass there, or if you will fail with me and pass there. So I don't know. We give you proper subject, we help you to prepare the content, but I don't know how can I conduct mock interview. With me, guarantee you'll fail, man.
Got it.
So something I'll ask
at least
randomly.
To boost our confidence with respect to interviews, because
Let
even
us see.
me,
I can't
I want to change
promise.
it.
I always take feedback and work on it. I'll definitely work on this also, but I will not be able to facilitate for all. So we'll see what can be done.
Yeah, that will be really helpful, because I'm also changing the technology right now, and that's why I decided to join in this. And future, I'm looking for some kind of confidence from my side as well, right? So I can give some interviews.
Yeah, it's a
based
new
on the-
revenue model for us also, actually. Again, disconnecting. Disconnecting. Sorry, I'm back. Hello? Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Disconnected. Yeah, go ahead. Did I answer your question, or you were asking something else after that? I don't know.
Yeah, that will be really helpful if you provide some kind of
Yeah.
this kind
Let's
of things
see.
here.
We'll work on that. I'll try to do something mock myself first. Deepali, we are done.
Sandeep sir, I have a
No,
question.
sir. Hello.
Yeah, Deepali, go ahead. Sumanta, I'll take next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, I also have a good amount of experience, like 15 years, and I initially started with C# and .NET, and I was having good interest in it also. However, over the time, I switched to SharePoint and then Power Platform and all. So now I feel a disconnect with programming. So going forward, what I need to choose, I'm not sure. So if I want to be in a programming field.
Don't be a programmer, be able to manage programmers. So know the technology from usage point of view rather than programming point of view.
Okay.
So just refresh your knowledge of ASP.NET Core. And
but I feel
maybe
like
Angular,
it is very much a
React.
big gap now, like from .NET. Is it good to go back and start from .NET itself, or should I go with Azure or any
No, even if you go with Azure, you'll still need to have knowledge of programming if your profile says that actually.
Okay.
So they'll check
So
that
better to
knowledge, right?
revise the .NET, you are saying, right? Because what happened recently, I'm working on NIME, then Power Platform, like that. So that's
That
the
is
reason.
also good.
Not
If you have a
much
job and
confusion.
opportunities in that, you should use it. You should perceive it.
But it can't last long, right? Because these are tools only. I want to be with, what you can say, core technologies, or be with the programming stuff. So
I can
because for
understand,
Power
but
Platform and NIME, it is like tool configurations and not much coding.
so you have answered your question.
How?
You said you want to learn programming. That's it, right? I mean, you know the problem, you know the solution. Apply that. Refresh your C# knowledge.
Okay, okay.
C# ASP.NET Core knowledge, you refresh it very quickly.
Because what
ASP.NET
happened
Core
when
has changed a
.NET
lot
was
actually.
evolving, that time what happened, I was moved to other technologies and I do not have knowledge on WCF and all those things. But core programming I was good at, like object-oriented programming and all those
That's
concepts.
not needed anymore now. Don't focus much on that. Revise your ASP.NET Core properly first. Do it either Angular or React, any one of these two. Be good on that also. And then Azure DevOps architecting. Build your career in this.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Career
Thank
should
you.
be in
Yeah.
Azure DevOps, Terraform, Kubernetes. These things should be your career, not programming. But you should revise it once.
Okay.
And anyhow,
sir,
your
thank
resume
you.
doesn't say that you are currently programming in ASP.NET Core and stuff. So they'll not ask you a lot of questions in the interview in that side.
Yeah.
But that knowledge is essential for learning and doing things in the real world today.
Yes, right. Because I also like to have a core knowledge or basic knowledge of the core technology or .NET, like that. And also I want to add that I also got to know about you because of the YouTube videos only. I earlier attended or went through videos where you explained the IIS and all the .NET concept very well. So that brought my interest also in the technology. So I remember very much, and I talk about you or refer you to my friends also couple
Great.
of times. Yeah.
Thanks.
So
Thanks
thank
a lot.
you, sir.
Thanks. Sumant?
Yeah, good morning, sir. As I spoke to you earlier, like I'm very old student, like Java at ASP on that day. Just have a question, like if I opt for this gold membership, will I be able to, attend the sessions which you are giving for, Azure Shoot?
Platinum membership will allow you to attend. Gold is only recorded once.
Okay, so in the other sense, like, this can be then, whatever the live sessions.
One second, let me mute Deepali, I think. Yeah, say it now.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, like, the live session, what you are saying on Sunday, so I can take it on, like, after a couple of this, you said it's recorded sessions, right? So
live sessions you can take. I didn't understand.
No, the session which you are giving it, right? That will be recorded and it will be available for.
No. These will not be given to gold members. These will be purely for platinum members only. The 48 hours recorded version is available only for platinum members.
Okay, got it. And so this, if I opt for this Azure suite, like this record, the whatever the live sessions, those will be available for the entire 6 months, like that, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Because I'll be off for 2 days, as I told you earlier. Like I
That's
have.
okay. I'll use videos anyhow, so don't worry.
Okay, fine.
That's it. Thank you, Sumant. Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow. Connect with the team in case you're interested to continue from tomorrow. Best of luck to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.